Hey, Quinisa. Sorry for the late reply. Okay, so say you're doing a problem like this, and you have 8 minus 3 square root of 7, and then you have something like 5 minus 2 square root of 7, and you're trying to multiply that. Okay, first you're going to be FOILing. Okay, so you're going to do the 8 times the 5, and then you're going to do the 8 times this 2 square root of 7, and it will have a negative in front of it because the 8 was positive and the 2 square root of 7 was negative. Then you're going to do negative 5 times 3 square root of 7. It'll also be negative, and then you'll have positive 3 square root of 7 times 2 square root of 7. All right, now it's better if you don't have to write that step. And the thing you want to keep in mind that what's in front of the radical, what's outside the radical already, which are these pieces, okay, they stay with each other, and then what's inside the radical stays with each other. So this becomes 40, this becomes 16 square root of 7, this becomes 15 square root of 7, and this one's a little tricky, but the 3 times the 2 get multiplied, and then the 7 times the 7 underneath. Okay. All right, then these two in the middle are like terms. So a negative 16 and negative 15 would be negative 31 square root of 7. Here at the end, the 49 is under the radical. Square root of 49 is 7. So see there, you really have 6 times 7. So that's going to be plus 42. And so these are also like terms. And so you'll have 82 minus 31 square root of 7. Okay, and that would be your final answer on that one. All right, and then let's take a look at an equation similar to what you might be asked to do on that last problem. All right, so if you have something like 3x plus, let's see, I need to make that a 6. Say 3x plus 6 minus 1 equals x, okay? You got to be sure that you add the 1 first so that you get your radical isolated. Okay. All right, then at that point, we're going to square both sides. Okay, so we'll come in here, we'll square the left side and the right side. You have to wait until you get the radical isolated before you do that. Then you get 3x plus 6, and it's going to equal the x plus 1 times itself. So that'd be x squared plus 2x plus 1 once you multiply that all out. All right, now at this point, I'm noticing that it's a squared, okay? I like my squared to be on the left, so I'm going to just interchange the two sides. And then I'm going to take away the 3x and the 6 because I need a 0 on one side. Okay. I don't think I made that exactly turn out the way I was hoping it would. Let me see here. Yeah. I actually need this to be a 7 right here. So if you don't mind, I don't want to redo the whole thing. I'm just going to change that to a 7. Okay. All right. So if we had a 7 there, and this was 7, and that would be 7, and then we'd be subtracting 7 from both sides. Okay. So what we'd have at that point then is that x squared minus x minus 6 would have to equal 0. Okay. So at that point, you're ready to try to factor. I think the one on the test factors. And our factoring would be x minus 3, x plus 2. So we're going to set them equal to 0. Okay, when we do, we get 3 or negative 2. Okay. All right, now what you need to do though is you need to check these. And so you have to go to the original problem, and you have to think if you put in 3 everywhere there is an x, does it work? And then you have to do the same for the negative 2. If you put a negative 2 everywhere there is an x, does it work? Okay, so this would be 9 plus 7. That would be square root of 16 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1 does equal 3. That one's good. This for sure works. This one would be square root of 1. Negative 6 plus 7 is 1 minus 1. And that would be 1, and 1 minus 1 would be 0. And it would not equal a negative 2. So we have to rule that one out. And so 3 would be our only solution. Okay? All right, so I'm going to send this to you real quick. So I'm going to stop.